You ever press the wrong button and then your machine is so hot because it's like 110 in your studio, it won't let you do anything, and you're like, that's the wrong show, but we're here. Hi, ForceCenter Live, ForceCenter Now, here on Friday. We are a show about Star Wars pop culture, the ultimate adventure, surviving the heat. I'm Ken Knapsack.
I am Joseph Scrimshaw, and I was delighted because I thought, like, Ken's got some new cool music for when we talk about Maul. Some edgy rock and roll. It's great. I think it must be something to do with the heat. I feel like there's something. I have changed nothing in my setup, but I feel like there's this slight diffusion, like I am a glamorous old starlet in a film from 1940.
Greta Garbo gave good face.
I'm ready for my close-up, Ken.
Yeah, welcome to ForceCenter Live on a Friday. There's bigger weather problems in the world, but it's not supposed to be this hot. We're used to the heat out here, but we set records in like 9 cities Wednesday for heat during March.
Yeah, it is not supposed to be this hot. And then, back home in Minneapolis, there was like a massive blizzard. And then I wasn't paying enough attention to the news. And I talked to my dad the next day, and it's like, "Are you okay? Did you have to shovel out?" And he's like, "It's melting. It's almost all gone." Like it is very, very hot here in LA, and it is everywhere. So we're getting lots of comments from people who are sweating to the currents. Detective McCarthy says, "Afternoon, friends. Hope everyone is doing right. It's a gorgeous day in Baton Rouge, and I was stuck inside for most of it. So hey, at least good in Baton Rouge." Hugo says, 93 here in Vegas. Greetings, everyone.
Let's check. I think. Let's see where we're at compared to Vegas right now. Welcome to Weather Center. Old men talk. It's 96 and 96 in Burbank. We're hotter than Vegas today. We're hotter than Vegas here today. And me and Freddie feel it. ForceCenter Now. Joseph and I are here to discuss with you all more on the Maul Shadow Lord trailer. The full trailer drop surprise Monday. We had fun breaking it down, but now it's your turn to tell us what you thought of the trailer, your favorite moments, things to celebrate from it, and what it might say, or what you think it might say for the forthcoming series, which is just around the corner, Joseph. I have to start remembering what it's like to review Star Wars shows again.
Yeah, I know. I keep thinking like, and Maul will be here in a while. Like, wait a minute, March is almost done, which means it's not a month away. Yeah, it's very, very close.
We'll be breaking down 2 episodes at a time for the 10-episode season. It's going to be fun. Have you had time to reflect even more on the Maul trailer?
Yeah, I just feverishly rewatched it right before we started. You know what my reflection is that I'm so excited for it. I love all the ideas. I really love how hard it goes on the aesthetic of horror. In so many different ways, and in the sound effects, the cinematography, just the images of shadows and horror noir with Maul, great. But on Monday, I realized when we got done recording, I was kind of cranky. And it wasn't anything about the recording. When my wife came home, and I realized, like, the Maul trailer was like, it was really angry. It was like heavy metal horror Star Wars, and it got me all hyped up. And I was just kind of like growling inside. And I was like, oh, that's the power of art. Like my day, because it dropped at the last minute and I was frustrated by it. And then it itself was like, da, 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 da. And then we talked about it feverishly and I was really excited to talk about it. And I'm glad we did. And but like my internal tempo, partially because of Maul, was like, bah, 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 bah. So now I'm going to be ready for it. When I watch 2 episodes in a row, I'm going to watch them. And then I'm going to have like a cup of tea and maybe like stroke some velvet, something to calm myself back down.
That's a good note. If it got you riled up like a heavy metal song, then perhaps Tipper Gore was right and parental advisory should have been put on everything.
Tipper should have said, watch out if you're about 50.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I'm really excited for the series, obviously, but even since the deep dive on Monday into the trailer, I just excited to have what I feel will be a very poignant and insightful show from the dark side angle. Not that it's glorifying the dark side, but just that it's spending some time there, and maybe we can see see a little bit more what the show has to say about it. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, very, very excited for it myself.
All right. We got it's a hot Friday, so not everyone's checked in yet. But we got a couple calls lined up, so I'll keep making those calls. Also, we got a super chat goal. You can ask us anything there with your super chats; they will be answered. And let's dive on in to the thing. I'll say, as I always do. I guess I could pretend to say it's for legal reasons, but it just sounds official. Call in if your camera's on. That means your camera ready, and we're going to take you in. If not, just turn your camera off here in StreamYard, and we'll make it an audio call. Because usually Matty Gunner from the UK calls in without a camera. I don't know where he's calling from. It's very secret. First call of the day is our friend Jedi James calling in. Jedi James, first through the breach here. How are you doing, my friend?
Ooh, it's crazy. I'm being Star Wars planet whiplashed here because I live in the Midwest and it was colder than Hoth here. We got 2 feet of snow, as I'm sure maybe you're aware, Joseph, since you're from Minnesota.
Where are you?
We were stuck I'm in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So next door neighbors. I was out of work for 2 days because of it. And now it's sunny and melting, and so now I'm wondering, like, why am I light speeding the planet so quickly? But I've got, during that time, I had a Star Wars trailer to keep me toasty. I've got my I don't know what color shirt this is. I thought it's red. Other people say it's orange. It's small, burnt, representing enough for me.
Burnt, little burnt orange, little burnt red.
Burnt, perfect for those burnt lightsabers that look like they could crisp a marshmallow from 5 feet away.
Indeed. What are some of your favorite moments on the trailer?
I'm not saying anything unique, but I love what you all said about the horror elements of it, and just it added a layer of tension that was just like so welcome, so great in my opinion. I've become a horror fan in times since. I mean, I used to be deathly afraid of it, so I feel you. I feel you.
There's hope. There's hope for me. Okay.
I've come around to it, and I just love the tension, the way it can really dig into character psyche like that. And I definitely hope we dig into character psyche with all this. But something I really love that I did about this is because I don't know why, but when I was young, I thought the Phantom Menace, I thought the name the Phantom Menace meant Maul. I don't know why I thought that. Now, I certainly don't believe that. And maybe it's because he's just like this singular presence creeping around, watching people. I mean, he's literally watching with his binoculars.
He is a creeper.
Yes. That's probably why I thought. So obviously now I believe it's Sidious. I mean, his hologram is basically a phantom guiding people throughout the whole movie. But
hold on. I want to dive in on that. I want to dive in on that for a second. Okay. You were how old were you when you saw the Phantom Menace?
I don't know exactly. I think I was younger than 12. I mean, it came out when I was born in 1999. So given I'd be a Star Wars fan, but I don't remember when I first saw it. I think my younger years.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think you got to be fair to yourself that, if you don't know who Sidious is, like we were like, oh, Ian McDiarmid's there, that's the Emperor. If you didn't know, Maul is the Phantom Menace. They spend the whole movie trying to solve who he is, or most of the movie. So I think you're okay.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your justification for my thoughts. But all that to say is, I feel something the horror did was really make Maul the Phantom Menace of this. I mean, 1 minute he's there, the next minute he's not. He's sneaking around, flashing, and again, he's that big guiding presence like Sidious is in the Phantom Menace, except this time he's the big bad guy that this Jedi character's, I forget her name, Devin. Is it Devin? That Devin's going to be looking to, that other people are again hunting down. Like, I do not believe this can happen without us knowing. Like, we need to find him at all costs. Let's get it done. And I just really love the way the horror elements really elevated him to that more mysterious presence that we were so familiar with once upon a time. And again, I'm sure we're going to see plenty of him and dig into his psyche a little, but I really loved what you all said about how maybe this is partially a show where things are happening through Maul rather than just with him all the time. So I really appreciate the horror elements elevating that. And yeah, I'm just excited. I definitely don't want to glorify the dark side, but hey, I love the Acolyte. I love the Darth Bane trilogy and other things. It's always good to go into that darkness a little, but then remind us, oh yeah, this is why it's not a good thing to do. This is why you do not give into rage, do not give into lightning and force chokes and, you know, stuff that could hurt people and stuff like that. So that's what I'm excited for.
Love it. Is that those the things you want to, was that why you want to spend time with the dark side, to be reminded of those things? What's the value in that? I'm with you on it. I'm with you on it.
Well, hey, there is the surface level, just cool, like that safety behind the screen thing. But yes, it is also to remember that, because, hey, full disclosure, I'm going to admit a weakness here. Once upon a time, I was thinking once, like, is there a way to use Force Lightning and not be consumed? It's a cool tool. Can't we just use this cool tool? And then I'll never forget when I watched Rise of Skywalker, and J.J. Abrams reminded me in one fell swoop, this is why you don't do lightning. It's destructive, hot.
Yeah.
And you cannot use it for any reason other than to just hurt people. So, and that's what everyone, you, Alex Damon, so many others have been saying is probably the big point of this show, showing you can't make a deal with the devil. The Empire may be our mutual enemy, but Maul will never be our ally, and this is why. So yes, I like seeing that cool safety behind the screen thing, but yes, I also like reminding there's a reason Kylo Ren is gripping his teeth and punching himself. There's a reason Vader is. The reason Vader is.
Yeah.
You go.
Wonderful. Good Vader there. Yeah.
I know you are a Jedi fan, since it's in your names.
Yeah.
What is your are you excited to see Devin and Master Dikodaki? To me, I'm really interested because this is such a great place to talk about the dark side, where they do need to fight the Empire in some way, but how do you fight, without lashing out? How do you fight only defensively and not aggressively, even though I'm sure there'll be moments where we're kind of on Devin's side of like, yeah, rip that guy's head off. How do you feel about that Jedi story?
I am excited for it, because I'm really genuinely curious what path she's going to take. Will she come to her senses and realize, I can't do this. This is not what I was brought to believe, and I realize I believe it in my heart. Or will we see a slip? Will we, hopefully, I hope not, but see her stumble down that Osha Anastasia path where she tried and tried and tried, but just pains and manipulation in her life just kind of not pushed her, because we all have a choice to make, but she just felt the temptation too much. And I don't know where that will lead. I don't believe it's going to lead anywhere happy. So I am very excited for that. I'm just curious, where are you going to go, Devin? Where are you going to go? And most importantly, you realize that these Jedi teachings you learned aren't just this thing that was spouted to you. There is truth to it. There is good to it. There is honesty and hope and purpose in it.
Yeah, you make me think here of could this series get a little darker? It's set up for that. Maul Shadowlord, just the title itself, what we saw with the trailer Monday. I assume, I think just naturally as a Star Wars fan, I see a young Jedi being faced with some challenges, and I think, oh, that's going to turn out great. I don't know if we can assume that. I don't know if we can assume that.
No idea. But hey, that's why I'm excited, and hopefully it will be more than one season. Please.
Yeah,
absolutely. Sorry, Joseph, were you going to say something? I think I cut you off.
No. I was thinking about how it's all going to turn out for poor Devin.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's Star Wars, so there's good lessons, there's good choices made by characters. It's animated, so even that old bias comes in of, it's all cheery and sunny. It's a Saturday morning cartoon, but it's not. Bad Batch wasn't necessarily all the time. So
yeah,
we could go places.
I have hopes.
Ken, let me put it to you this way, Ken, and another mutual exclusive thing we love. Will Devin turn in with such dark things happening in these dark times? Will she turn into the Theon Greyjoy of Game of Thrones, where he eventually leads to a better path after Temptations, or will she go down the Ramsey Bolton kind of path where it just all wails on her?
Both are very dark. So both options are a little scary. Love it. Jedi James, thanks for sharing your thoughts and getting us started off here from a snowy Wisconsin.
Yeah. Melting now, though. Melting now.
Melting now.
Melty,
fast.
Wisconsin.
Melting.
Thanks, Jedi James.
Thanks, Jedi James. Phone lines are open if you want to call in. No calls queued up right now here on a Friday, so get on in here. Share your favorite moments from the Darth Maul trailer. We got some comments set aside, though.
There's one quick question I wanted to ask you about, Ken, because we didn't end up talking about it much. Is the Darth Talon of it all, of obviously Twi'lek and things coming out about it. At one point, Lucas wanted to make Maul and Talon kind of the big bads. I feel like Devin being a Twi'lek is kind of like Filoni wearing a Ahsoka Lives ? T-shirt. I feel like either Devin is a Twi'lek to spur people into going, oh, she's going to be Darth Talon, or she is a Twi'lek because she is going to be Darth Talon, and Filoni does seem to like to take ideas that are existing in the expanded universe, ideas that he knew George liked, and flesh them out in his own way. All that said with the caveat of Filoni's the big picture producer, and Matt Machenovitz and a bunch of other people are the ones doing the actual day-to-day work to make this, but Filoni is still the big boss.
Indeed. Yeah,
the phantom boss.
The phantom boss. I think there's a high probability. I mean, it does line up pretty well, and we're talking about where that character goes, happy ending or not. This could be absolutely something that I could see, and it would be fun. Again, I always appreciate the way in which Filoni and team approach bringing in characters. It's always, not always, but sometimes it's like slightly different. I'm thinking of Rook when Rook showed up in Rebels, and that's natural because Thrawn's there and we're going to see it. But it showed up, a character was used in a different way, different ending, different story, but it was there. So I'm always going to follow him down that path. But yeah, I think the tea leaves seem very apparent, which also makes me think that there's some shenanigans going on.
I think if it's a one-season story, then she's going to make a better choice, and that's it. But my real hope, this is not a prediction, it's a hope, that they already have this greenlit for 3 seasons. It's 10 episodes. The machinery of animation needs to be warmed up. And if it's 3 episodes, then there's room for a longer arc. I think thematically, Maul needs to lose Devin. So I think it would be a fascinating twist of, instead of like Ezra, resisting the call, if Devin does fall to the dark side, lets herself get tattooed up in Maul's image, and then is basically like, and I'm leaving you too.
Right.
I was like, I broke her. I got her to the dark side, and she still doesn't want to be my person.
Darth Maul. Maul, I'm always alone. I think it's possible. I think people would be excited for that. But again, I don't. Dave, again, and you're right to point out there's a bunch of people behind the show, but I don't know. Dave can be cheeky. I think so. I think he can be cheeky, but I don't think he would. They'd handle it right. We'll see.
Mumbo Jim is a vote on the cheeky side. I think it is Filoni baiting us. I don't think she's going to turn in the end, but will probably die. I think that is very, very likely as well. But who knows? Gonzalo says multiple seasons are built on hope.
That's right. Yeah, I'd take 3, right? That's a good, comfortable number.
It's also like they do need to continue to put Star Wars things out on Disney Plus to keep a lot of their subscribers, especially in difficult times. And if things on the live action side are even more unknown, I think it would be really smart of them to have 3 seasons ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's so much room with that character. You take him right up to where we need him to go, where we meet him in Rebels, if they want. Catching up with comments here. I think we have a call lined up here from Svetnik. I think you guys can call in. How do you call in? Become a Patreon supporter. Patreon.com/ForceCenter. You get the link in there, and you can call in with us here. Turn your camera on if you want to be camera ready. Otherwise, it's audio only. Detective McCross is talking about the Phantom Menace title. It's a title with multiple meanings.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true. I'm trying to think what I don't think I immediately was like, well, Insidious, and again, it could be a lot of things like we're talking about here, but I think I might have got caught up in the what is it, the tax trade route problem? Is that it? Oh, 1999.
Yeah, I think I generally interpret it to be Sidious, but I think I often thought it was like the return of the Sith or the coming of everything.
Right.
You know, that Obi-Wan, you know, senses there's something elsewhere elusive right at the beginning. It's like, ooh, the Phantom Menace.
And it's still a great title. That's what's important there. David says, I saw Brian Blessed on TV promoting the Phantom Menace in 99, and I thought he was the Phantom Menace. I think that's correct.
Very loud for a Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Boo!
I'm here. Also, Mumbo Jimbo says, hey, hello, folks. Joseph Scrimshaw. That's you. I just saw your Demons commentary short film and really enjoyed it. And Will Dixon agrees. Your most recent short film upload was great. Clever stuff. Indeed. And you released another one today, right, sir?
No, I released Demons commentary yesterday, and then next Thursday I will release another one, and maybe another one after that. I'm going to be trying to do more stuff on the YouTube. But hey, I'm going to put the link to that short film in the comments. So if you want to check it out, you can. And even if you don't want to watch it, you can still subscribe. If you do watch it, leave a comment, all those things. I don't have it in me to be a full-time YouTuber along with ForceCenter on the film stuff, but I'm going to try to do more film stuff, short film stuff, and put it on the YouTube. So it would help me out a ton to get the subscribers and get the views and get close to the monetization would help me a lot.
Indeed. I like this comment from Sam Stabel, 707. When the Phantom Menace came out, I don't think I knew what either of those words meant. I remember my mom telling me the name, and it just sounded like garble. That's amazing. That's an amazing.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
That's true. I think you learned a lot from Star Wars. Big words.
The bombastic denizen. What is this movie?
What's happening here? I think we got a call lined up here, audio only from Ethan. He hasn't said no, so that's what I think. Ethan, are you there? Ethan?
Yes, I am here.
Love it. Thank you for calling in, buddy. How are you?
Absolutely. I'm doing great. And hey, speaking of those short films, I've really been enjoying them. Oh. So I'm happy that you're putting them up there.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So with the trailer, I had said in the chat earlier that I didn't really have any thoughts, but then your guys' discussion started to pop some thoughts in my head. First off, with the will she, won't she, Darth Talon thing.
Yeah.
I think if she does become Talon in some shape or form, I don't think she'll be Darth. Because I think Maul is kind of past Darth.
Yeah.
Like at the very least. Like, so I don't, if she does just, go dark side and get tattoos and all this stuff to be Talon, I don't think it will be Darth. I think it'll just be Talon.
I agree with that. I think that'd be part of the fun little twist, right? And then she goes off. Again, if this is a big if, but then she would go off and have her own adventure.
Very big if.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of hope that's not the case. I would really like to see, like, if we do get 3 seasons. Yes, 3 seasons are built on hope. If we do get 3 seasons, then I would really like to see this really stretch out and have her really, really be conflicted about her path and everything. I definitely don't want something to happen like by the end of the season and all of a sudden like she's fallen. I definitely don't want that. Yeah. But then my other thought is music related. I loved how they used the Duel of the Fates at the end of the trailer. Yeah. It kind of snuck up on you because they kind of orchestrated it differently. But I really hope that the Kyners, I assume it's the Kyners, I haven't really looked. Do we know for sure?
Yeah, I
I
believe
think
so.
I
Yeah,
saw it. Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
I'll confirm. While
I
I'm sharing it.
assume because it's Star Wars animation, but you know what happens when you assume.
I do.
But if it is, yeah, whoever it is, I hope that they utilize Duel of the Fates. Not necessarily in the big, huge, bombastic, choral way of Duel of the Fates, but
Yeah.
I think there were a lot of moments in the Phantom Menace directly related to Maul, and when he comes on screen, when you have the chorus like whispering the Sanskrit words, and I'd like to hear. I'd love to see that sort of a thing when he comes on screen, or maybe the shadow of him is lurking around, and the other, the characters are thinking, "Oh my gosh, what is that? What is that?" To kind of hear the Korra, Rata, like in the background, and like freak everybody out. I think that would be fantastic. But
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I really agree with you. I think that this trailer was so much, I think, about Maul's impact on other people, with just all the dialogue literally about what he's going to do, how he's going to bring the shadow of the Empire down on them, and literally seeing that. And I think you're right. The whispers feel like, something's not right. There's something that's affecting us, that kind of poisoning us. And then when Maul gets big and explosive, then it explodes into your full, Duel of the Fates.
Yeah, I think that would be great, because as much as that talk with that behind the scenes stuff with Filoni talking about Duel of the Fates and Qui-Gon and Maul and Anakin, all that stuff really puts the shine of the music and everything on Anakin's fate and everything else. It is still very much a cue for Maul himself in the movie.
Absolutely.
And so I hope that they use it, and I hope that they use it well.
I think.
But if they don't and they do something new and whatever, I'll be happily, ready to hear whatever it is.
I'd love to have Maul have like 2 or 3 themes. Like we need T having Maul theme.
Yeah, we need T having Maul. We need sad Maul. We need really angry Maul. We need the whole oeuvre of themes for Maul.
There we go. I like an oeuvre. Ethan, thank you so much for calling in and putting a light on the music. And I did confirm, the Kiner family is doing the music. So
lovely. That'll be great.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Have a great day, gentlemen.
All
Thank
right,
you, Ethan.
It's Vecna calling in there. Deserted Maul. That says Vulcan.
Yes.
There you go.
Brooding Maul. Sad Maul.
Cora. Cora. Phone lines are wide open, folks. We're here talking the Maul trailer. What are your favorite moments from the official trailer? And what do you think that might tell us about the forthcoming season? And, I guess it's our prediction market question of the day. We're not sponsored by any gambling apps, but hey, eventually all of us will be. Is Devin Talon? Is that what it is? And we can start doing little, we can get little, count the letters. We can look all around there.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things Ethan was sharing his understandable opinion about not wanting Devin to fall too fast. Which I totally understand, but a part of me feels like that something significant will happen with her pretty quickly, because of what they've been saying in the press releases about this is a fast-paced show, and Maul seems the right character for that. And I don't have a problem with the pace of storytelling in Rebels or Bad Batch, but it is one of the criticisms that I'm sure the writers heard a lot, particularly with Bad Batch, that parts of it were a little bit more slow burn.
Right.
And in internet culture, where everybody talks about the show immediately afterwards, sometimes people's sort of desires are a couple episodes ahead of, we can see a character is going to make this choice and we just want him to make it or not. Right. Which again, not a personal criticism of Bad Batch, but the writers must have heard that a lot. All of which makes me think, did they just decide to do a show that has its foot on the gas, and in episode 4, Devin's going to kill her master and turn to the dark side? And I'm not saying I do want it or don't want it. I'm just really curious if there's going to be kind of a contrast where it will feel like, damn, this show is moving at lightning speed. Things are happening.
Yeah, Mumbo Jimbo agrees. However, anyway you slice it or him, the Jedi Master isn't long for this season. Yeah, it doesn't seem safe. Who knows? It doesn't seem safe. Yeah, I think when you hear things like that, it's fast paced, or it's got a little more Saturday morning serial vibe, all those kind of things. Take heed of that. It might they're not lying. They're not lying. So some of the stuff might happen fast.
Mm-hmm.
We got some comments to catch up on there, but Matty Morner says he hasn't watched the trailer. Matty's going in blind again. He goes in blind for he went in blind for Acolyte. He's going blind for this one. I respect it. I think it's hard. It's hard for us. It's pretty much impossible for us to do, but he senses love. Senses love. Do you sometimes, it's again possible for us with Star Wars, but are there other things where you're like, I don't want to know. I'm going to go in as blind as possible.
Yeah, I love it when I can do that. I realize that some people boycotted it, and I realize it is complex. But I'm a big fan of the Scream franchise, so I went into Scream 7 blind. I only accidentally saw one detail about it, and I do think it is a different experience to see something blind. It isn't it really just changes that first experience, right? Because obviously we as Star Wars fans who watch these films and TV shows again and again, obviously there's value to things once you know the plot, or none of us would be here. But it is nice to be free of that baggage of what should happen or what could happen. And even with Mandalorian and Grogu, you're going to be waiting for, hey, when's he fight Rada? Because we know this happening,
Right.
I big on this. I've mentioned it many times. I think that Captain America Brave New World, I don't think it's a perfect film, but the trailers put some of the most climactic stuff that doesn't happen until the very end as the main selling point of the trailer. So then sitting there watching it, you're like, when's the movie that was advertised to me going to happen? And I think people would have been 10 times more positive about that film, even though it is not perfect, if they hadn't been so front loaded with they were basically advertised the third act as the entire film. And those things make such a difference.
Yeah, it's hard, I don't remember, as a kid, things were maybe more out there. I just don't think I was paying attention as much, right? We make the jokes about, Billy D. Williams pretty much spoiling Lando's turn in Empire. David Prowse famously getting in trouble for it, and tragically in a way. But I just wasn't paying attention. This wasn't a thing. The breakdowns was a thing, but it does affect me now. I always want to have a little I like the hype. I like taking a little hit of that dopamine trailer hype, right? Just boom.
It's so good. It's so good. And I think when a film really gets you, or a story really gets you, you forget, right? And I had that experience with a couple. I remember The Force Awakens so vividly, of all of our discussions and predictions that Han was going to pass. And that wasn't a trailer thing. That was a general agreed upon, Han's not making it through this movie. Totally forgot about it until he's like, hey, Chewie, let's split up. Like, oh no, I forgot.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. That moment. Yeah.
I forgot about this big thing that I was waiting for. That was the front of my mind at the beginning of this movie that I then forgot about. So there's also that,
Yeah, indeed. A couple comments here. Dan at the Food in My Beard. My new thing is not watching the trailers, but still listening to ForceCenter so I get the gist of it without spoiling the visuals for myself. I think that's a great strategy. That should be what everyone does now. Everyone in the world, just come listen to us.
The telephone game would be really fun. Of just like, I only listen to people describe a podcast that talked about it.
Yeah. There we got, so Chris checking in from Braxim. I hype to see more of a Gotham City far, far away in the Mall series. Yeah, great. I love where the setting is so far, right? We're kind of going to hang out in one spot, if I remember that, right?
Yeah, there's a shot in the trailer that Alex Damon of Star Wars Explained pointed out was most likely Obadiah, where the Pikes work, live. And
live, work, and play.
Live, work, and play. So it does make me feel like we'll be bouncing around maybe a little bit, but that is so home base is clearly the way it has been described and the way it is mostly in the trailers. Yeah, I love that that city slick noir vibe. I love the Brander Lawson as a cop who's not entirely straight, but kind of not entirely upstanding, and wants to be on the straight and narrow. That whole vibe is so good. And then to combine it with horror, because noir is a film genre and horror is a film genre, have some overlap, but certainly like Batman's a noir horror genre,
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of in line with some of the stuff you're saying there about the noir side of it too, but mixed with the horror. Alex Cameron Smith says, I got to go hunting for vinyl soon. Happy hunting. But wanted to mention Marek's appearance behind Brander Lawson. I'm curious to see how that plays out thematically. Yeah, we haven't talked. We've mentioned them. I mentioned them on Monday, but the Inquisitorius that are there, Marek, and then I know the name is out of the other one, but I call them Steampunk Inquisitor. But yeah, I think it's a lovely wrinkle to the show. Do you have any thoughts on Marek and the themes of it all?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I took from that is that Maul is bringing those Inquisitors down on this city and these people very much on purpose, which is a really fun and different story, because we've so watched Jedi try to evade Inquisitors and Jedi in hiding, dealing with the guilt and the fear of like, I can't really connect with people or let myself be seen or have community because Inquisitors will come for me and then I will dig people into trouble. We saw that with Ahsoka. We saw variations of that with Kenobi. I'm sure it's many other places that I'm not even thinking of right now. So to see the opposite of that, I'm almost like, I'm extending my red lightsaber like a big finger to the Empire to get them to come. And if he's got an unsteady alliance with Brander Lawson, and I'm so excited for the like. I'm sure Maul is going to be like, I'll take care of all of your problems, and Brander Lawson's going to be like, I should make a deal with the devil. But look what it brought me is literally death standing behind me. And I don't think Brander Lawson's going to die, so maybe he sells out Maul too. It's all rich, I think, in looking at attachment and community literally from the dark side, because we're used to looking at it from the Jedi side with the Inquisitors in this dark time of like, how can I protect the people I love? And if everybody in the show is like, how can I protect myself when everybody is stabbing each other in the back?
Yeah. No, I think again, this is the big overall fun for me in this series is you're taking a classic villain and you're going to spend time with him in his world, and it's always, I think it's sometimes dangerous to learn more about the villains and add empathy in our hearts for him or something like that. But I think there already is that kind of present with Maul, and it's going to be a fun journey. And then throw in the actual true villains from the Empire here. It's going to be a fun mix. I like what you're talking about there.
Yeah. And I know they introduced him in the comic. I haven't had a chance to read the first issue of that Maul comic yet, but I'm kind of hoping that Brander Lawson is like, he's not doing a little looking the other way on crime out of like greed or getting paid something, but like, I'm trying to keep this city on its feet. I'm trying to keep this city safe, and so I have to bend some rules to do it. And then that's nice and rich morally of like, would you steal bread to feed your family kind of thing, then extends to, would you let Maul kill a few folks to save everybody?
Just a little bit. Hey, phone lines are open if you want to call in here today. It's a busy Friday in all of your lives. I get that. But if you want to call in, let us know. Or just call in and we'll pull you in here and we'll talk about your favorite moments in the Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord trailer there. Cool visuals, predictions, anything like that. Catching up with comments here. Eli, Ochi fan says, where's it sounds? The crime is actually what I'm most excited for in this show right now. Close we've gotten to the criminal underworld in recent Star Wars media is Book of Boba Fett and had other goals. And also some of the video games and that kind of stuff too. It's the criminal underworld. I mean, the Jedi scoundrel bounty hunter, the kind of early 80s categories of Star Wars-ness. This has always been present, and I'm excited to explore it a little bit. I'm with Eli on that.
Yeah, I want to Scorsese up Star Wars, and I think all those kinds of issues of like, okay, you're criminals and you do awful, violent things to empower yourself, but you're in a community and you have certain rules that you can't cross, and that sort of Scorsese tale of like, everybody thinks they want to be a wise guy until everything falls apart around them. Again and again, and Star Wars has already sort of dipped into that with the idea of the criminal syndicates kind of having to work together and have certain lines that they don't cross with each other, and like that's a point in Solo and all that. So I think there could be a lot of fun, interesting crime stuff.
Indeed, Darth Maul the Wire edition, says Vulcan Nerd. There you go. Yeah, get the Boardwalk Empire version of Star Wars this way.
Darth Nucky, yeah.
Excuse me. Eli says also Outlaws got there too, but they're aiming for a lighter tone. And then Maul seems to be. Let's see some grit. Let's get a Daredevil style look at the bottom of the barrel. I do like that. I do. Sorry, I am choking.
That's okay. While Ken is choking, I will pull this up from Gaz Nottingham. It says, hey, Ken and Joseph, I know you're a little behind with comics, but have you read or gonna read the Marvelous Shadow of Maul comic that leads into the series? Issue 1 is out now. 2 is out April 8th. Yeah, I think I'm going to read them because I've been picking up comics a little bit more. I don't know if I'll be like picking up every monthly, but I got the recent Kylo Ren comic and really enjoyed that. And I think something happened. I wish they would have been able to get the full Maul comic out beforehand,
right.
Because with its month release, the show is going to be done, I think, before the comic book run. So that's my only bit of sourness about it. Otherwise, I'm excited to pick them up.
I agree that. I'm so behind. I got the Jar Jar comic. I don't really have a home shop anymore right now, and so I'm gonna have to wait for the trades or wait for Alex Somali to summarize them on Saturdays over my cereal. What is it? In terms of, we got a call lined up here from Will in a second here. So if you want to call in, all you have to do is be a Patreon supporter, patreon.com/ForceCenter. Get the link to call on in. David, Channel 19 says, we see Night Brothers. Could we visit Dathomir? Yeah. What do you think? At some point, if this goes to the magical 3 seasons we all want, I would think so. But what do you want of this show at Dathomir?
What I'm really intrigued by the Night Brothers showing up is their loyalty or connection to Maul. If Maul sort of calls them in, and if he still has that connection to them, and how he has gone about fostering it. We don't know. We last see him canonically escaping the ship that Ahsoka crashes on. Ahsoka and Rex crash on, right?
Right.
So he could have headed straight to Dathomir to lick his wounds, and then this is his next step. So he could have already kind of have them in tow. But I'm really intrigued that the Night Brothers are present, and Rook cast. It's suggesting, the Mandalorians that are still super loyal to him, that still have the horns on the helmet. And all of this, about him being angry, selfish, furious, wanting to rebuild his empire, has a couple of people in the galaxy who might actually believe in him and be loyal to him. And is he just going to throw them out like pawns, like foot soldiers? Are they going to get pissed? Are they going to turn on him? That's what's really interesting to me about it.
And Ethan has a question here. He voiced to text it. Let's see if we can make sense of it. Are the Night Brothers just tools for Maul, as in going to the shopping mall, to use, or do they mean something to him? Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we know one meant something to him, but, I could still see him being, if they're not immediately accepting of him, or it's a community that he feels jealous of, he's always got something going on. I think Maul needs to go to therapy because he just undercuts himself everywhere.
Yeah, I like it, that idea that that he does care about them. He cared about Savage. He maybe thinks that they kind of had a raw deal and rough life. And he cares about them, but he will still use them as pawns. So I think that's the sort of the tragedy of him. If he wants connection and belonging, and he just cannot get out of the trap.
Yeah. I like that there. All right, we got a call here from Will. Will, check it in here. How you doing, my friend? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I like it how StreamYard makes me feel bad about my lighting right before I go in. Where it's like, if you angle this and do this, I'm like, I got a window streaming at me to this side. I got a spotlight overhead. You don't
have your streaming studio set up? Everyone in America have that? Yeah.
I need to take a page from the Brits and just call in from a dark room.
Yeah. Do you use the audio program Audacity by any chance?
I do. No, I don't. I use Audition.
Okay.
For some editing, but not Audacity.
Audacity, when it pops up, it says really big, how to get help. And then smaller under that, like with Audacity. And every time I turn around, I feel judged by it. You need some help, says Audacity.
You need some help. I love when our technology is yelling at us, which is often. Will, favorite moments from the doll from the mall Shadow Lord trailer?
Just the general ambiance of the whole thing. I think I am looking for some quality time with raven-faced Inquisitor guy from Ahsoka. That way, if he's engaged in combat with Maul, then you don't have to feel bad about two baddies, having it out, and you can just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride. And I'm curious what they do with Marok, how they develop him as a character. So those things were the standout pieces.
What's your relationship to the character of Maul going back to '99? How did you take him in?
Oh, we've talked before about the martial arts of it, so that was my first draw. Was how he was bringing that wushu madness into Star Wars, and so I enjoyed that. And then I think, like both you guys, when I found out he was coming back, I had a cousin tell me that, and I just went off. I went absolutely off.
Yes.
And I think I've even apologized for it since. Where I'm like, I was younger, I was stupid, it was not the right take, and I feel terrible about it because all the storytelling we've had since he's been back has been so great, and they continue to do wonderful things with him. Even, I mean, hell, he's died how many times now? Twice, and we're still getting stories out of him all. So I love that he is what he is, and it's kind of existed in animation like he has.
Yeah, look, I think his return is not an easy sell. I think it's okay for all of us to kind of admit, they turned it into something wonderful. They knew maybe where they were going to go, but yeah, I think initially it was because he was so dead. He was in two pieces. Didn't go around thinking he had a chance to survive, like other characters. Like Mace Windu has a better chance of surviving for me in my book, even though I think Mace is dead. Sorry, Sam Jackson. I think Mace is dead. Awesome. All right.
I think I'm good on trailers, though.
You're good on trailers.
Whoever said earlier that it's almost more fun to listen to the ForceCenter take on the trailer without having watched the trailer. I feel that at this point. I'm good. I recently saw the Spider-Man trailer and felt the same way about that one. And if I know Ken spent some time in the forum and the Discord server some, but Joseph, for you as well, is I ran through all the Bond films. I'd never seen one.
Wow.
Through except for the Michelle Yeoh one because I'm a kung fu guy, and License to Kill. I had seen those two. And so I saw that they were all on Netflix, and I said, I wonder what it would be like if I just ran through all of them as fast as possible.
Wow.
And so in 11 days, I watched 27 James Bond movies.
Wow.
And, it was so fun that I was joking in the server that I couldn't go to sleep without hearing the intro music, and it was really something. But I had the best time doing it, and I obviously didn't love them all, but some were great, and some I loved with how ludicrous they were and all that. But going in without having any preconceived notions about the state of the fandom, anything attached to how do people rank these ahead of time? Didn't know, didn't care. And
wow.
I did the same thing with Game of Thrones a few years ago, and watched the whole thing straight through, and it was so much more enjoyable not having to worry about why season 6 didn't work, or what I just didn't I didn't know anything about it, and so it was so easy to do. And now I'm addicted to that. I need more of that. Give me the
makes sense
that version.
Yeah.
So
that's such a treat. They've been doing screenings of the original Twin Peaks television series in theaters. I think they suddenly realized, CBS or whoever holds those rights realized, people will come to a theater, so they're playing an episode or two every Tuesday. And I was like, I'll just go to one. And I keep going back because there are a handful of people that go every week, and several of them young people who have clearly not seen it.
No.
I've overheard them talking about it, and they don't know the answers to the secrets. And I'm enjoying it for myself, but it's also like they're giving me this show that I've watched 30 times back to me because I get to see it through their eyes. So it's fresh again. And there's things like, well, of course that's funny, but I forgot. Or like, is that going to be creepy to them still? Yep, that's creepy. And other parts like, some of the relationship dynamics. How are they gonna, it's so great.
I would absolutely stalk those guys out in the theater and sit behind them every time.
Yes.
Is it episode 3? Let's just watch and see how that gets taken.
Yeah, there's been a lot of what?
Yeah. I'm sure this will all be answered later. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me sit behind and see how you juggle that too.
Yeah. We'll see about that. Yeah, lots of strong feelings about James. But man, the James Bond stuff, that's fantastic to be able to see Moonraker and not know that it's gonna do its own thing.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Now that you've seen them all, can you answer who your favorite Bond is? Can you answer that question?
I was Svetnik asked me that, and I don't know. The Lazenby version, I wish I got to see more out of him because I really did like that one a lot, and I did like the Craigs a lot. Brosnan was where I watched the one that I had watched previously, but you could see that they were fighting with the Matrix and all those movies had come out, and so at the end of those, you could clearly see that they were affected. But I liked. I think Roger Moore I preferred because Connery was so. It's the '60s were so present, and it was hard to get some of that out of my system. Even though I enjoyed it, I'm like, boy, what a cultural ride I'm on in going through like this. But I liked Moore, even though he was a little winky. Everything was solved with an eyebrow pop. But I kind of enjoyed it. And Craig's was such a twist on everything that he did a good job with it.
Absolutely.
That's the best I can give. I like them all ish.
Yeah. Fair
for me, like all the talk that we did on ForceCenter, it was great for me to finally apply that to Bond as a kind of, I've been a fan since I was like 10, too young. And I generally gravitate towards the grittier and more the films that are a little bit closer to Fleming's novels. And then it's like, hey, but that's not the goal of Moonraker. It's a whole different thing. That's not Roger Moore's goal. So just enjoy that. And like poor Pierce Brosnan just sort of saddled with kitchen sink Bond. It needs to be deeply motivated, but also 7 bad puns per movie. Make it happen, Pierce. And he does his best. And I really like enjoying them for what they are and what their goals are.
If I could give you my journey with the Jaws very quickly, as it started, I was like, this guy's buried. He's done. Oh, he survived. He survived that, did he? And then as it went on, I'm like, wait a minute, this dude, airplane, he survived that. And then the waterfall, he survived. I'm like, by the time we get to Moonraker, I'm like, under no circumstances can this man be killed. And then, as that finale happened and you hear over the radio, like, oh, he escaped. I'm like, oh, of course he survived space reentry. Of course he does, as well he should. And then I was pining, please, at some point in any of the future movies, give me just a drive-by shot of him on the beach with his woman and that Louisiana cop, just all together, just
J.W. Pepper.
As the boat speeds by, just show them to me, relaxing, and that would make everything. But it was glorious. This is stupid. This is great. That was the trajectory.
Well, that is fantastic. Thanks for everybody for indulging us in some Bond Center.
Yes, I apologize, ForceCenter people.
But it's relevant to how we talk about Star Wars, and I think how we think about Star Wars is, different things have different goals, and they don't all have to be the same.
Indeed. No. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for calling in, buddy.
All right, you guys have a great weekend.
Great lighting.
Great lighting, great setup. Almost done here. As we talk about Maul, Bond, anything. You could ask us anything. Super chats will get answered, and we'll answer any of your questions. Porter had this comment here. Joseph compared the Masked Inquisitors to Michael Myers earlier this week, and I can't stop thinking about Maul being the Freddy Krueger of that
scenario. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because Maul is, he's snarky and manipulative. And the Inquisitors are just stalking behind you. I wanted to ask you, Ken, because Will said an interesting thing about getting to know Merrick more. And I had kind of been thinking about the Inquisitors as just kind of pawns or fodder to be. I I think we all feel Merrick can be killed by Maul because he's then in fan theory turned into some sort of a Night Sister magic, so he can be a green gas inside. Do you want to get to know these Inquisitors in a dark side show? I mean, Maul might have. I think Maul would just hate them, but I think they would actually, if they could just sit down and have tea, Maul and the Inquisitors would have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know the answer. I think my favorite thing of Fallen Order is what is his sister. What is second sister?
I can't with the sisters. I can't
but,
keep track. And the brothers. Yeah. The numbers. Yeah. The number thing's real hard for me.
It really is hard. And I know these ones both have names, but I think that's my favorite delve deep into the backstory of a Inquisitor story outside of Reva's too, because I do absolutely love Reva as a character and love the moments there. So I do enjoy those. I think it could be in danger of being repetitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, second sister Trilla. Yeah, thank you.
Trilla, yes, Trilla. Yeah, I think she's fantastic too. Not to make it just about the name, she's fantastic. Yeah,
yeah. And the Grand Inquisitor, the first one we meet, I being a Jedi Temple guard and all this stuff, I love it. But you know what I mean? It could be repetitive if they all are kind of from the same pool. The stuff in the Tales of is good too. So yeah, I think it's. In fact, as I'm listening more and more, I'm like, oh, I do like that. Oh, I do like the Tales of stuff. Oh, but there's something about these two, especially Merrick, where I kind of hope with the Merrick we don't ever know, because I still think Merrick being Green Mist is one of the great. I don't think it was done intentionally; they weren't messing with us. But as we Star Wars fans do, we spent a lot of time wondering who is that, who could it be, and have it be Green Mist guy was pretty funny to me. So I want to kind of keep that going.
I hope Maul kills Merrick, tosses him off a large building, and Morgan Elsbeth is just walking by. Go, ooh,
yeah,
grabs a
see some feet.
That's all we need to know. Yeah, I Svetnik said a thing that I agree with here. The Inquisitors are definitely pretenders to Maul. Yeah, I think Maul holds them in great contempt. But I think that could be played out to be like the Maul being like, "Hey, what do you think you're going to accomplish?" And they're like, "Well, we have to prove to Vader that we're the bit like heard that one." I think how much Maul understands the manipulation that they are under would be interesting to see if he gets any introspection out of any of them.
I like the idea you just kind of painted of Maul being able to speak to them, maybe trying to convert them. Like I have some friends that Jehovah's Witness come to the house, they invite them in and try to convert them back.
I have some literature for you, actually.
Shout out to my buddy Matt Key. There you go. It worked. They came back. They came back the next day there to continue the conversation. Okay, we got super chat. We're gonna answer that. We got some rapid fire questions as we start to wind down the stream. Alan Smithy brought this one up. I actually had thought about this earlier in my inside voice. I didn't say it on air, but Alan Smithy says, "Is it possible Ventress shows up in Maul Shadowlord?" I think it's very possible if it's a Maul Shadowlord series. If we just got one, it doesn't seem like it's the right spot. But I don't think it's a far stretch by any definition to pull that character in. I think it could work later on.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's also a character who makes sense if this continues to be a story about how the dark side uses people and throws them out, and how Maul knows that down to his core, but seems to be repeating the cycle, to be confronted by somebody like Ventress who broke out of that cycle, who recognized it as much as Maul and made a better choice because of it. And Maul's like, I know how it works, which is why I'm doing it again. Because the only problem was it wasn't me doing it.
Yeah. I wasn't the one. Let's see. JMB Vulcan Arts says, I wouldn't mind seeing a split between Devin and her master, akin to Balin and Shin, where they each believe their destiny lies elsewhere. That could be interesting. I wouldn't mind something like that just because we are also certain that her master is a goner, and I think that's the safe bet. But I wouldn't mind a little wrinkle like that.
Yeah. I already miss the voice actor, David Palmer, who has a real human name that I forgot. yeah, I really do hope that we're already in love with Master Ego Daki. So I
Yes.
really hope that something interesting happens with him, a good twist on it.
Indeed. A couple other questions here. I think you favored this one. This is a great question here from Cad Baines Bounty. If Maul could grow facial hair, what style would he rock?
He would rock the Dennis Haysbert. That's the name of the actor who's
Yes.
playing our Jedi Master. Great voice actor. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Google this to make sure that I am thinking of the right thing. No, it's a hard thing to Google, and you'll understand why in just a second. But if you have thoughts, Ken.
Yeah, I definitely think he could be. I see him having a little bit of a tightly cropped villain beard, what was maybe at one point referred to as a Rasputin style beard. Those descriptions have changed over the years, but you know, I mean, just the tightly cropped, maybe not even a mustache. You know, kind of a weird choice. Maul's a little bit of a Ren Fair guy to me. Where he's going to have some weird choices. And this is a generalization, but you know those guys are like, oh yeah, okay,
He's very theatrical. Yeah.
I like that.
Alan Smithy guessed correctly. What I was Googling, the Van Dyke. It's the sharp little mustache and the sharp pointy little goatee. Because whatever facial hair he has, I think it would be stabby.
I definitely like that. Cad Baines Mounting said Clone Wars Dooku beard, super pointy. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Well, this is a nightmare I'm sure Maul has had. Imagine if the black skin was hair and the red skin wasn't.
Yeah.
Maul wakes up half a plushie.
Yeah. I would love I'd love to see Sidious just had that one summer, grew a beard, no one really mentioned it, just for like
the dark side of the Force is a pathway. Facial hair that considered to be
good. Great question there. We'll take a couple more of your questions here in the end, a little rapid fire, but we do have a super chat. Thank you for Matthew Stokes for the super chat. Appreciate that. This is for you, Joseph. Twin Peaks Center question. In season 1 and 2, outside of the main story, what's your favorite side story, and who are your favorite side characters? Feed the floor to you here.
Is it a side story or not? Because it involves the main character Cooper, with keeping it a little bit spoiler light for people who might want to watch Twin Peaks someday. There is a character named Jean Reno, a character who blames Cooper for various bad things happening and plots to get him, and has just like one of my favorite speeches in the entire show about how Cooper came to town to save everybody. But everything started to go much worse when you got here. So maybe it's your fault. It was one of the first times as a kid that I saw that sort of like, stay hero somehow, even with the greatest intentions, inciting the problems. I think that's a fabulous subplot. For side characters, I love Gordon Cole. He's absolutely fantastic. And Carl Rod, played by Harry Dean Stanton in the later series.
I'm always on board for any Harry Dean Stanton. So
Ken, it's in the Twin Peaks movie in Fire Walk with Me, 1992.
Yeah,
he plays a grumpy guy who lives in a trailer park where a crime happened. So people keep coming to see him. He's got a line, and he's just like, you don't understand. It's just there's more shit I got to do, and it's one of the best lines in all of cinema.
I'll take it in. I think we're getting close to Twin Peaks being finally in front of my face. So I think we're getting there. All right. There we go. I think that's it. We did it. Thank you all for tuned in. I played with it. I'm sorry. I've tweaked my neck, and the entire show I just have pulsating blasts of pain all through my head. So I apologize, everyone, for that. You know what's going to fix that? More whiskey. That's it. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. Monday, live news. We'll also be doing some Star Wars questions in a longer form. So we appreciate all of you. We'll see you next time here on ForceCenter.